California's courts, branch agencies. The third part of the California judicial branch are the branch agencies. It's broken down into three parts: the Commission on Judicial Appointments, the Commission on Judicial Performance, and the Habeas Corpus Resource Center. The Commission on Judicial Appointments comes into play after the governor nominates or appoints a person to fill a vacancy on the Supreme Court or on a court of appeal. When there's a vacancy and the governor has to put someone in that spot, the governor will then choose someone and the commission will convene. It's the commission's job to hold public hearings and decide whether or not this person should be affirmed for the appointment. They can either veto or confirm the appointment after holding public hearings and listening to public comment. Lastly, if they confirm the judicial appointment, then they will be the ones to file approval with the Secretary of State, which then will create that new judgeship, that new person's position. There are three members of the Commission on Judicial Appointments. There is the Chief Justice, the Attorney General, also known as the AG, and the Senior Presiding Judge, or the Justice of the affected court, be it the Appellate District Court or the Courts of Appeal. The Commission on Judicial Performance, deals more with the performance of judges. And so while we talked about putting judges in when a vacancy comes up with the former commission, this particular commission makes sure that judges are adhering to their particular code of conduct. They're in charge of censure, removal, they deal with retirement, or private or public admonishment of judges and commissioners. So if the judges do something wrong, or if the judges decide that they are going to leave their post for whatever reason, this is the commission which would be in charge of that. They deal with judicial misconduct, and they also determine whether or not a judge has to go on permanent disability. This means that they're inability or unable, to perform their duties. If they are unable to perform their duties, then it must be determined by the commission. And so they have to look at what's going on with the judge at that point in time and make an actual determination whether or not the judge is able to continue or not. The Commission on Judicial Performance conducts proceedings against any California judge. It does all of the investigating, and then once it determines whether or not it wants to actually conduct a proceeding against them, it will all go through this particular commission. They don't put this out to the rest of the court. They are in charge of holding public proceedings and filing formal charges. They would do this in a couple of different areas and for a couple of different reasons. You'd have formal charges filed, for example, if there's willful misconduct in office. That means that the judge did something they were not supposed to do. They knew they weren't supposed to do it, but they did it anyway. Additionally, there may be a persistent failure or inability to perform their duties. They're just not doing their job correctly. Maybe it's because of negligence, and maybe it's because they, for some reason, don't have the ability to do something. So either they haven't been doing it in the past, or they're judged to be unable to perform the duties going forward. The commission can also decide whether or not a judge has habitual intemperance and has to be removed for that reason, or have proceedings conducted against them. And they conduct conduct prejudicial to the administration of justice. In other words, the judge is conducting themselves in such a way that they're actually acting against the administration of justice, which is their job, what they're supposed to be doing. And so if they do something which prejudices them against the administration of justice, then that's when the commission is going to step in. And then, of course, they want to deal with if there's a disability that seriously interferes with performance. They're going to have to decide whether or not that particular judge is actually able to continue with that judge's duties, or if they are to be placed on permanent disability. There are 11 members of the Commission on Judicial Performance, and they serve 4-year terms. There's one justice of the Court of Appeal, 2 judges who are appointed by the Supreme Court of California, 2 attorneys appointed by the governor, 2 non-attorneys appointed by the governor, 2 public members appointed by the Assembly Speaker, and 2 public members appointed by the Senate Rules Committee. This is very interesting because you can see in here all of the different branches of the California government are represented. Not only do you have judges and justices to represent the judicial branch, you have appointees in the forms of the attorneys and non-attorneys on the panel who are appointed by the governor, and this is the executive branch. And then you have members from both the Assembly and the Senate, which are part of the legislative branch. So we have all 3 branches which are represented within the 11 members on the Commission on Judicial Performance. Lastly, we have the Habeas Corpus Resource Center. This is a specific subject matter resource center which handles all state and federal habeas corpus proceedings in capital cases. Capital cases, of course, being criminal cases which have to do with the death penalty, and so we have a specific resource center which deals with that. It additionally provides training and resources for private attorneys who would take on these cases. It assists them so that they're able to do it pro bono, or they're able to work on these cases in a more efficient manner.